Number 1. Grand Banks 32 Sedan, $135,000, Deep River, Connecticut. According to the seller, this 1987 Grand Banks 32, named True North, has been very well cared for with over $190,000 put into recent upgrades. She runs a single Cummins 210-horse diesel with around 2,500 hours on it. The seller says she sips fuel at about 1/3 of a gallon per mile at cruising speed, which is pretty impressive. The upgrades are solid. Full Raymarine electronics package from 2017 with 2 screens, radar, autopilot, and VHF. She also got new Permatique decks, a bow thruster, generator, and inverter. The shaft seal and cutlass bearings were both done fresh in 2024. The seller mentions she's been kept inside with heat during winters and has all the maintenance records. The Grand Banks 32 is one of the most loved small trawlers out there. They built 861 of them over 30 years, and they're famous for solid construction and beautiful teak interiors. Finding one with this much recent work done is a good sign. Number 2. Mainship 390 Trawler, $137,500, North Fort Myers, Florida. The seller calls this 2000 Mainship 390 a proven Great Loop veteran, and the specs back that up. Her name is Beneteau. She runs a single Yanmar 300-horse diesel with around 6,400 hours. That might sound like a lot, but the seller says the timing belt, valves, and injectors have all been serviced, and they have records and oil samples to prove it. She draws 4 feet, has an air draft around 17 feet that can be lowered for canals, and carries 300 gallons of fuel. That combo makes her a solid choice for the Loop, the ICW, or the Bahamas. Other nice touches include a water maker, 380 watts of solar with Victron controller, and a new bow thruster gearbox from 2024. The flybridge got fresh isinglass in late 2023. Sale includes a 2021 Grand Rib dinghy with a 15-horse Tohatsu that has barely been used. The Mainship 390 is popular among cruisers for good reason. It has the right mix of shallow draft, manageable air draft, decent fuel range, and comfortable living space for longer trips. Number 3. Mainship 350 Trawler, $128,900, Fort Myers, Florida. This 1998 Mainship 350 just came on the market and has only had 2 owners since it was new. The seller says she's been well cared for her whole life and shows it. Power is a Caterpillar diesel with around 1730 hours, which is pretty low for a boat this age. She comes with a bow thruster that has upgraded dual helm controls, a generator that was recently rebuilt, and newer AC units. The canvas was redone and looks good. Bottom paint is fresh, the prop was just tuned, and there's a spare prop on board. She has Weaver davits with a custom outboard hoist for your dinghy. There's also a water maker, but the seller says it needs to be recommissioned. People often call the Mainship 350 the perfect Great Loop boat, and it's easy to see why. Single diesel keeps things simple, the side decks are wide and safe, visibility is great, and the layout feels bigger than 35 feet. Finding one with just 2 owners and good care is a nice opportunity. Number 4. Ranger Tugs R27, $146,200, British Columbia, Canada. This 2017 Ranger Tugs R27 offers that classic tug look with modern performance. She's powered by a Volvo 200 horse diesel and comes loaded with a Garmin package that includes chart plotter, radar, and VHF. There's also a Volvo engine display so you can keep an eye on everything. She has electric trim tabs, laminar flow interrupters, a bow thruster, and a windlass you can control from the helm or the bow. Down below you get a fridge freezer, microwave, propane cooktop with oven, and a private head with toilet and shower. Hot and cold water throughout. She also has sport racks, a swim step, rod holders, and downrigger plugs if fishing is your thing. Ranger Tugs has a loyal following because they pack a lot of boat into a manageable package. The R27 is big enough for comfortable weekend trips or even longer cruises, but still easy to handle. The single diesel keeps costs down while giving you solid performance. Number 5, CHB Tradewind 40 Sundeck, $133,216 Norway. This 1987 CHB Tradewind is currently stored on land for winter in Norway and flies a Norwegian flag. The seller says she's tidy and well kept, good for cruising or even living aboard. You can inspect her above and below the waterline. Power comes from twin Volvo Penta diesels from 1993, making 358 horse each, with around 1,500 hours. She'll do about 18 knots at the top end. Fuel capacity is 900 liters, fresh water is 1,500 liters, and there's a 400-liter holding tank. Layout is 2 cabins and 2 heads, with a guest cabin forward and a full-beam owner's cabin aft that has its own bathroom. She has an Onyan 6.5 kilowatt generator that was just serviced, 2 solar panels at 150 watts each, a Garmin 10-inch chart plotter, Raymarine autopilot, and a diesel heater. Shafts and props were replaced in 2013. The CHB Tradewind 40 is known for making great use of space. That big aft deck with hard top and wet bar is a real highlight. These Taiwan-built trawlers offer a lot of room and features for the money. Number 6, Nordic Tug 32, $147,500, Rogers City, Michigan. This 1998 Nordic Tug 32 is a freshwater boat from the Great Lakes with the preferred Cummins engine. She has a nice emerald green hull, and the seller says she's been looked after by a knowledgeable owner. They describe her as ready to roam and a great size for couples thinking about the Great Loop. The Nordic Tug 32 is a full-keeled, semi-displacement cruiser with that classic tugboat look. Plumb bow, rounded stern, and a stout profile that turns heads. She handles both slow economical cruising and faster speeds when you need to cover ground. Inside, the salon is roomy and converts to a double berth for guests. This is probably the most popular model Nordic ever made, and it's easy to see why. Good efficiency, good space, good seaworthiness, all in one attractive package. The freshwater history is a bonus since it means less wear on the underwater hardware. Number 7, Beneteau Swift Trawler 34 Fly, $136,300 France. The seller describes this 2011 Swift Trawler as great for cruising as a couple or with family. She's in very good shape overall. Power is a single Cummins 425 horse diesel with around 1,400 hours. She carries 800 liters of fuel and 320 liters of water with a draft of just 1 meter. 2 cabins and 6 berths total if you count the convertible salon. Equipment includes Webasto heating, Raymarine radar, autopilot, GPS, and VHF. She has both bow and stern thrusters, which makes docking easy. There's a teak cockpit, fly bridge with bimini, and a forward sunbathing area. A dinghy with outboard and a solar panel come with the boat. The Swift Trawler 34 brought a European take to the trawler world. These boats are known for handling rough water well, burning fuel efficiently, and having impressive range for their size. Beneteau is a big builder, so finding parts and service is usually straightforward. Number 8. Hatteras 48 Long Range Cruiser, $169,900, St. Augustine, Florida. This 1977 Hatteras 48 LRC, named Concrete Idea, is a classic that the seller says is ready for new adventures. These are rare to find and set the standard for American trawlers back in the day. She runs twin Detroit diesel 453s, making 112 horse each, with around 2,900 hours. The seller says they burn about 3.5 gallons per hour at 1,500 RPM, cruising around 6.5 knots. Here's a nice detail. She spent 30 years on the Great Lakes with her second owners. They only cruise 3 or 4 months a year, all in fresh water, and she was stored indoors with climate control during winters. She carries 1,400 gallons of fuel, which gives you serious range. Features include a 16.5 kilowatt Kohler generator with around 1,800 hours, stabilizers with a new gyro from 2018, a Vetus bow thruster, and all new batteries from 2024. Hull and decks are solid fiberglass. The Hatteras LRC line was built to cross oceans, and they've proven their toughness over the decades. Finding one with this much fresh water time is a real plus. Number 9. Mainship 390 Trawler, $149,900, Sherwood, Maryland. The seller says this 2002 Mainship 390 is in very good shape and has been well maintained. She's on land right now and ready to show. The big news here is the hours. The Caterpillar 3,126 diesel has just 1021 hours, which is really low for a boat from 2002. The Kohler diesel generator has only about 250 hours. That suggests this boat wasn't used hard over the years. Recent updates include a new GPS, new fridge, new water heater, and new vacuum flush head. She has a bow thruster, and the seller says the canvas and isinglass are in good condition. They've been hauling her out for bottom paint every 2 years. The Cat 3126 is a solid marine diesel with a good reputation for reliability. Low hours like this typically mean less wear, which is appealing if you're looking for something that hasn't been run hard. Number 10, Carver 396 Aft Cabin, $132,000, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The seller calls this 2001 Carver 396 immaculate, and it's in a great spot in Fort Lauderdale's Isles off Las Olas. Here's a nice perk. The slip can be taken over with the boat, which is hard to come by in that area. She runs twin Mercruiser 8.1-liter gas V80S with around 800 hours. The Kohler generator has about half that. Multiple AC units keep the whole boat cool. Layout is 2 staterooms and 2 full heads, with good separation and privacy. The master aft cabin has lots of storage and its own head. The forward stateroom also has direct head access with separate shower and toilet, which is a nice feature for this size. The seller points out the open great room salon feels much bigger than you'd expect. Big aft deck with hardtop for entertaining, and a roomy flybridge with good visibility. One thing to keep in mind, she's gas-powered, not diesel. That means a lower price to buy, but you'll spend more on fuel compared to a diesel trawler. That would be it for this episode. Please leave a like and subscribe for more. See ya.